Thank you very much, Amajit, and thank you for honoring me with time in this very important day. I'm going to talk about yoga and population self-reliance and health, the fourth tier. And I'm going to read what I've written. So it's a bit like a story in a sense. So it's a narrative. Today is World Yoga Day. We're still in lockdown because of the coronavirus. What is this virus telling us about the world and about our condition? It's clear that we have an environmental crisis, which is an opportunity for each of us to reflect on how we are engaging with our world and our environment, from the trees to the plants, to the insects, to the birds, to the viruses, to the plankton, and finally to the air that we breathe and that gives us life. Yoga is about union, the union of all these parts of ourselves, providing us with an understanding of who we are. The world will survive this environmental crisis, but will we human beings, or have we moved beyond a point where we are able to remedy the situation and able to become more conscious of what we are doing and how we can become more aware and conscious of ourselves and the world around us? Yoga teaches us these things. It's about union. For me as an allopathic medical practitioner, yoga has been at the heart of my own personal journey towards understanding who I am and why I am here. The Patanjali Yoga Sutras provide me with a map to understand who I am and what my role in life is about. The sutras begin with the values, the yamas and the niyamas, our external or our internal values. Before embarking on the physical journey of the asanas and moving into meditation, the sutras tell us to become familiar with and to learn to live these values. The external values, the yamas, those that we use to relate to each other: non-violence, ahimsa; truth, satya; non-stealing, asteya; abstinence, brahmacharya; and non-possessiveness, aparigraha. The internal values, the niyamas, are those that relate to ourselves: purity of body and mind, contentment, self-discipline, self-reflection, and true self. These values are full and all-consuming, and to be aware of them, to work with them, and to be conscious of their power to transform my life is a huge commitment. One of the things that I have found curious about the UK approach to the coronavirus, in contrast to the Indian approach, has been the lack of information to each of us in terms of helping us to be healthier and more able to deal with the virus if we get infected and during lockdown. I want to know how I can look after myself in this situation, how I can boost my immune system and mental health to be prepared. Yoga and Ayurveda hold many clues for each of us. I can do this through the food I eat in my diet, through herbs, pungent, bitter, astringent, sweet, sour, and salt, through exercise, all basic components of well-being. I need to find a way to combat the fear of COVID that has been instilled in me through the newspapers, through the news on the television, and through the news on my computer, which is all threatening, serious, and dark, full of fear which consumes and stifles me and destroys my mental health. For my well-being, I need to find inner ways of supporting myself, of being gentle with myself so that I can be ready for what might come. Yoga helps me to do this. The fourth tier is an Indian concept that derives from the ancient traditions and wisdom of India. It's about population self-reliance in health. The understanding that each of us has the power and individual facility to support our health and to remain healthy. This power comes through knowledge and experience of who we are and our surroundings and their relationship with us. Globally, many local health traditions have shown this. The local health traditions of India and their expression in the art and science of Ayurveda provide a core understanding of the individual and their health and well-being. Ayurveda means knowledge of life. We need to get back to reclaim this knowledge that has gradually been eroded and torn from us by our current biomedical approach and philosophy toward health, with the resulting processes of the medicalization of life. The coronavirus approach to control and treatment highlights the current focus on disease control. Find the virus, kill it, find those infected, and prevent with a vaccine. But what is missing from this process is the infinite possibilities that each of us can provide to ourselves, to our families, and to our communities in terms of population self-reliance. Our own ability to look after ourselves and our families through the knowledge of the ancient wisdom of diet, food, herbs, exercise, meditation, and yoga. We are not alone in this situation. We have the tools to support ourselves and to be able to do something for ourselves without falling back on the medical profession, the medical system, and the government. That system can be used for those who are seriously ill and need it. The fourth tier concept encourages each of us to look after ourselves as individuals, as families, and as communities. Yoga is a key in this process. How we relate to ourselves, to our families, to our communities is the bedrock of a healthy and just society, and one which honors its values and its most vulnerable. Let us make sure that yoga contributes to the creation of a healthier society as the story of COVID-19 gradually disappears into the distant future. We will have used this virus as an opportunity to become more aware and conscious of ourselves, our environment, and this wonderful sacred world of which we are part. What I'm personally reflecting on at this stage in the epidemic, and what we'll reflect on when it is over, are around the values within our society. It's looking like 50% of the deaths will have occurred in nursing homes. What does this say to us about particular values, and particularly our approach to death and supporting people who are dying? What does fear do to us in terms of driving an agenda in society? And what are those values, the yamas and niyamas, how important they are in helping us to balance and to create a more just society, one that focuses and ensures that the most vulnerable and those who look after them are well protected. Thank you very much for your attention.